Morning, everybody. Today is September the 1st, I believe. I have to double check. Getting fueled up for another day in Durham. We probably have a couple more to go, and then hopefully switching to canola and then doing lentils. We're not really sure how things are going to run timing wise, but it's supposed to be screaming hot again today, so that should really help bring things on. We did close to 100 acres here yesterday. This Durham's running about 50. There's some lighter spots like this side hill. I know it's not much of a hill, but this area tends to be a little lighter. And then there's some drowned out spots, and there's some spots where the wild oats seem to come in. So I don't know if there was a rain right after I sprayed and it washed chemical in places, or if it was just timing. Anyways, it's not running as good as I expected, but across the road there should do pretty well. There's about 600 acres out here, I think a little over. So if it runs 50, that means I got about 30,000 bushels. If it runs 60, on average, puts us up around 36,000. So we had a half bag on. That's the last of the bags from last year because it was still on the bagger. Got about 5,000 bushel in that. And we're gonna pull over to probably about this sprayer track right here and go probably another 100 feet that way, maybe even a little better, and run it up there. So with this half bag and two more, like I said, normally in a bag we get about 11,000. So that puts us at 27,000, and we might end up with another half bag. So we might actually have 4 bags in a row here. Would be interesting. So everything from that side is going to get hauled over here. I'm hoping at least, so we kind of got two different problems on the go here. Over there's some pasture, and the animals like it. So there tends to be a lot of deer and moose. But then that old yard there tends to be a couple raccoons. So I think step one is once we get these out, I'm gonna, oh crap, I just realized. Oh, I forgot. I accidentally ran over the raccoon trap. So I gotta buy another raccoon trap here, or probably 2. I'll have to run to town at some point and order one, I bet. Anyways, we'll put a couple traps out. If you can keep them from getting in early, it's kind of like compound interest. The earlier or the later they get in, the less damage they'll do. The moose don't tend to do a ton of damage. Elk are the worst. The deer will come and paw here and there. But I'm hoping to be moving this fairly soon as well, so we'll see. So right now, Dad is spraying a load on the Durham. His Durham's about a week behind mine, but with this heat, it'll come quick. After that, he's gonna bring the disc down just to have in case of fire. Also, Doug is coming today. Jim is coming today. And hopefully Youngs are coming to take a look at my combine because we're having trouble. The header's just going up really, really slow. So I don't really know what's going on right now. Well, I do. Obviously, we're combining, we're bagging, we just finished this field, and it did not run nearly what I thought it would have. Didn't even break 45. I was expecting a minimum of 50, kind of hoping for 55 on this side. Over here though, hoping for a little bit better. I don't know, we'll see. It's gonna have to do a fair bit better to get my average up to where I'd like it to be, which is above 50 at least. God damn, I'm really not happy about that. Not really sure what to think of the durum. This side's yielding definitely better. That side was only like 40, mid 40s. A lot of wild oats. I think that was maybe spray didn't work, or spray harmed the durum and set it back. Jim's gonna need it first. Doug's not even flashing. I'm guessing Jim will come over this way. I could call him on the radio, but it's more fun to do this. Yeah, he's gonna make a run for it, and I'm gonna catch him on the other side. Yeah, I'm gonna let him start. And he should pop out to the left here, unless he goes straight through the bluff, which would be not advisable. I think he'll go straight and I'll catch up to him. Yep, there he goes. Oof, 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 oof. Shaky, shaky, shaky. Shaky, shaky again coming on. Sorry about this. Trying to match speeds now. Once you got her close, you almost don't have to touch anything. As long as Jim keeps his speed constant, he's on autopilot. I'm kind of drifting. We don't have machines linked up because they're different GPSs. I know with Case, if we had like a quad track or a Magnum with the Pro 700, we could get some modems. I can't remember what they're called, but you can link everybody's position and see data and all that, and then you can actually, the grain cart can adjust an offset to match whatever Jim would have set his line to, his AB line. I think he said it's 187 degrees is where he struck it. And okay, now we gotta run, baby, run across the roughest part of the field too. Yeah, you can adjust an offset so that the cart drives there. That'd be really slick. And look who we got coming here now. This was underwater, by the way, until, I don't know, into July. There's Doug. I'm just gonna pull past him and hook in, and he'll catch up with me in a bit. And by the time he gets, or I get over to the bagger, over there, get dumped, should be almost supper time. gotta call it Mom's on her way with supper. So, I cannot see. I guess you might be able to see Dad over there. The dust is absolutely hanging. This is Doug, and he combined this stuff like 10 minutes ago. The dust is still hanging there. Like, it is creepy. If you could get probably 70, not even 70, probably 50 feet up though, it'd be clear, because everything's just hanging so low. Dad's out there at the blinking lights, but this is the last of my durum, this little piece. It didn't run horrible. It's not gonna break 50. My average will be probably about 46, which definitely isn't what I'd hoped for. I'd kind of banked on the 55 or a little better, so it's a little unnerving. And I promise you there's 2 combines out there. May as well put this guy in stealth mode. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on here. You see that? And that? And that? And that? These goddamn raccoons. Oh. They've declared war already. Like, there was a little bit of scratching. I want to say it was these 2 yesterday, or maybe even these 2. I'm so mad right now. We weren't even unhooked from this bag yesterday, so we filled it night before last. I can't even remember what day it is right now. We were hooked onto it, and we noticed the next morning there was 1 or 2. We filled that one last night. I came back to tire up, and I thought, okay, nothing more. And I started to drive by, and I looked down and I saw this pile, and that just boils my blood to no end. So the reason is because once that starts, then the deer come back, because they don't, the dumb little bastards, they got to know what's in the entire bag. They don't come to the same spot every time. So they pick there, and they pick there, and they pick there. And you'll start seeing them eventually. Maybe they'll climb on top and start picking holes. And then the ravens come. And then the deer come. So we're going wholesale on the frickin' warfare right away. I would have already had a trap out, to be honest, except I ran over it last fall. One morning I took a corner at, it was a bag of durum as well. I took the corner just a hair tight. There was some snow there, and I didn't see it. And I don't know if I actually ran it over or if I just pushed the snow into it and it kind of just twisted everything out of shape. So I'm gonna track down a couple more traps. Also, I was doing some reading online, because like, I know they got to be coming from over there. So we'll set up something over there for them as well. But in the meantime, I'm going to tape this bag up a bit. Try and scatter this around. Ugh. Like, just, it's got to be everything this year. First load of canola going in. We got her in the old 1370. Just a smaller yard down here. Went out, did a test strip right down the middle. Seems to be running pretty good. Moisture was dry as can be, 6.6%, which is good. Whoops. almost too dry, but that gives us a chance to potentially blend it later with some of the other stuff. Especially if it's going to be hot like this, I would rather have it going into the bin a little bit too dry. Zero green in it, which is even better. So, yeah. We got a new feature on this 1370 auger too. Automatic sampling. We're gonna have to tape that up a bit. It's not bad today, so we're gonna go as hard as we can, probably as late as we can. Tomorrow and Monday, I think are supposed to be screaming hot, or is it Monday and Tuesday? The problem down here is none of these bins have aeration except for those two, and right now they're no good. That's a different story, different problem. So, yeah, putting it in hot and dry is better than hot and just dry. So what we'll do is we'll fill these as best we can. If we need to haul up north to put it, cool it a bit, that's okay too. A little more logistically demanding that way, but I got the semi here just in case we need to. And I've also got some grain contracted for the next few weeks as well, so we can take the tops off of these bins after a week or 10 days and get the hottest stuff out. This heat will rise and concentrate at the top. So we have options. It's just nice to be doing canola. I love doing canola.